Damn, Angel. Damn. Jag the game at the free throw line, man. It's a lot of controversy going on in Chicago. The Sky fans are blaming Tyler Marsh for Angel Reese losing the game at the free throw line and ruining the Chicago Sky's chances of really cutting the lead down to 1 and giving themselves a chance to keep playing and try to get an upset in Phoenix. Angel played a hell of a game, 15 points, 20 rebounds. We cannot.
Angel Reese just turned a basketball game into a full-on blooper reel, and Sky fans are pointing fingers faster than toddlers caught with cookie crumbs. The coach is getting roasted. The excuses are stacking higher than missed layups. And now, in a desperate bid to compete with Caitlin Clark's spotlight, people are suddenly acting like WNBA viewership outshines the Super Bowl. Buckle up, this meltdown has more drama than reality TV. And honestly, the fake numbers might be funnier than the actual score.
Angel Reese is at the bottom of the pick and roll shot attempts list, and it kind of makes sense if you really watch. So on her first game back from injury, somebody interviewed her and asked her, what do you think about Uzan joining the team? Has that changed things? And she said, hopefully I'll get more pick and roll touches. Unfortunately, that just hasn't happened. And it's more so, in my opinion, that she's just not getting that play called for her. It's not something that the team is running. Pick and rolls for Angel is not happening. So there is a list. My guy Trendy put it out. I know a lot of people, Trendy is controversial, but Trendy does, you look at his stats, when he posts stats, they'll be right. And so he put out a list of the top pick and roll shot attempts for front court players, and Angel wasn't.
Angel Reese had the ball in her hands. The crowd was buzzing. The game was within reach. And then, boom. What came next wasn't clutch, wasn't highlight material, and honestly wasn't even a respectable attempt at saving the moment. It was a collapse so bad you'd swear you were watching a parody skit, not a professional basketball game.
Choke the game away at the free throw line, and the fans are blaming Tyler Marsh. We got all the Sky fans crashing out. They crashing out blaming the coach because Angel Reese missed a free throw at the end of a game. Let's take a look at what's going on. We have Chicago Sky fans blaming Tyler Marsh.
It was the kind of choke that made even courtside fans glance toward the exits, desperate to escape the disaster unfolding in front of them. This wasn't just a missed shot or a sloppy possession, it was a full-blown unraveling in real time. Think leaving the oven on, forgetting your keys, and realizing your dog ate your homework, all in the same moment. The collective gasp from Sky fans said it all as their supposed star turned the spotlight into a blackout.
Angel Reese has made her triumphant return from a back injury. That's right, a back injury. Yeah, absolutely, that she had suffered at some point that we don't exactly know at what point she suffered said back injury. Well, it didn't take long for the Chicago Sky as an organization to get back to what it is they do best, which is the diabolical celebration of Angel Reese's double-doubles in long.
And then, right on cue, the fun began. Because when a player melts down like that, fans don't just shrug and move on, oh no. They turn into amateur detectives, launching a full-scale investigation filled with finger-pointing, wild conspiracy theories, and excuses stacked higher than Angel's eyelashes. First target: the coach, of course. Because apparently, it's easier to blame the playbook than admit a star just flat-out collapsed.
Only leading Natasha is wild. So let's look at the list. And I know some people might say, well, Angel was injured for a good portion of the season. So was some people on this list. Who was injured? Fee missed 3 weeks, almost a month time. Miller was gone playing in Eurobasket. Shakira missed a lot of time. Dominique does not play that much. I mean, she's playing more now, but during the beginning of the season, who else is on this list that missed some time? E. Will was on this list. That is shocking. So we get pick and rolls for E. Will, and we get pick and rolls for Camilla, but Angel is, again, second to worst.
No. It couldn't possibly be Angel Reese's fault. It had to be the rotations. It had to be the play calling. It had to be the coach's total failure to unlock her mythical potential. Never mind that Reese literally had the ball in her hands. Never mind the opportunities were right there. According to Sky fans, this wasn't a meltdown, it was sabotage by the clipboard crew. Social media lit up with theories so wild you'd think we were unraveling a government cover-up, not recapping a WNBA game. The coach didn't put her in the right spots, didn't build the offense around her, didn't draw up cheat code plays straight out of a video game. Fans acted like the coach personally tied her shoelaces together and whispered, "Good luck," before the final possession. One bad game, one collapse, and suddenly the narrative flipped from, "She's the future of the league," to, "She's being held back by bad coaching." But let's be real, this isn't just about one game. This is about the giant Caitlin Clark-shaped shadow looming over everything Angel Reese does. Because while Reese is turning crunch time into blooper reels, Clark is out here rewriting history like it's her side hustle. Her highlights aren't just plays, they're viral clips, they're selling tickets, they're pulling viewership out of the basement and dragging the entire league into the national spotlight.
I saw a statistic, this would have been prior to this loss, that there were something like 15 and 31 when she gets a double-double. You over 15 games under 500 when she gets a double-double. Y'all out here celebrating this? I'd be embarrassed as a mother bleeper. I'd be embarrassed as hell. And of course, Angel Reese last night, she was deep in her bag. Woo-wee! I mean, brought a backpack with her. Put it down, started reaching in it, and pulling out the whiffs, let me tell you. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Reese's big viral moment is choking when it mattered most. It's like watching a split screen. On one side, Caitlin Clark is drilling logo threes, smashing attendance records, and redefining what marketability in women's basketball even looks like. On the other side, Angel Reese is fumbling crunch time chances while her fan base collapses into full-on meltdown mode. One player is becoming the face of the league. The other? The face of excuses, and that's when things got hilarious. Because when reality doesn't look so flattering, there's always one emergency exit: fake viewership numbers. Suddenly, WNBA Twitter turns into a circus of inflated stats. According to some of these fans, the league isn't just growing, it's somehow bigger than the NFL, Taylor Swift, and the moon landing combined. But peel back the layers, and those record-breaking claims are usually just cable slot comparisons, padded with accidental streams, highlight scrolls, and Instagram clips that autoplay while you're making coffee. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark doesn't need spin. Her numbers are real. ESPN sees actual viewership spikes when she plays. Teams literally move games to bigger arenas because demand is that high. That's not hype, it's measurable, tangible, verifiable impact.
All right, man, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Showtime. Y'all already know what time it is. So, man, let's have a conversation, bro. Man, I want to say, what the hell is going on with the Chicago Sky? Something is off to me. I'm watching them from the jump. This team don't seem to be there mentally. Looks like players are mentally checked out. Now, shout out to Angel. I want to say this. Angel, for the most part of this game, she went out there and competed. Seemed like she was the only one that really showed up.
And that's what makes the fake number game even more ridiculous. It's like flashing a forged marathon medal while the real winner is still lapping you. But Sky fans don't stop there. If blaming the coach and inflating ratings doesn't work, there's always the classic fallback: blame the refs. Suddenly, every whistle is rigged. Every missed call is a grand conspiracy. Apparently, the entire WNBA is pulling strings just to make Angel Reese look bad and prop up Caitlin Clark, because nothing screams rational sports debate like inventing a league-wide referee plot to explain why your star can't finish a layup, and when the ref angle runs dry. Fans turn on Reese's teammates. They're not helping her enough, not setting her up, not protecting her brand. Somehow, she's painted as both dominant and fragile, a contradiction that gives you whiplash. But the deeper you dig, the more obvious it gets. This isn't about referees, rotations, or ratings. It's about Caitlin Clark. Everything Angel Reese does, or doesn't do, is instantly measured against her. Every mistake gets magnified, every highlight gets debated, and every storyline turns into a tug-of-war between two careers on very different tracks. One is delivering night after night. The other is being held up by social media hype and creative accounting.
Chicago Sky just got defeated by a pretty boring game too, okay? Even though Angel Reese went off, okay, like she usually does. You know, she got her double-double. She got 20 points, 10 rebounds, I believe. You know, with her stats, it is impressive. But again, it's like we are on a decline. This whole team, the entire Chicago Sky as an organization, as a franchise, is on a great decline, okay? And it's controversy. Of course, there's always some controversy surrounding this damn team. And I may make some controversial takes on this, but I believe like a lot of people would actually agree with what I got to say about Angel Reese being a point guard, because I'm tired of it.
Here's the truth, Angel Reese is talented. She's got size, hustle, charisma, the tools are there. But when it comes to consistency and crunch time, still missing. And no amount of finger pointing or fake stats is going to cover that up. When the game is on the line, you either deliver or you don't. This time, she didn't. What makes it worse is that the excuses aren't helping her, they're making her look worse. Instead of just admitting she had a bad night, fans are twisting themselves into knots inventing reasons why it wasn't her fault. It's like watching someone trip on the sidewalk and then blame the city, the weather, the shoes, and the alignment of the stars, anything except their own clumsiness. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark isn't just showing up, she's dominating. Scoreboards don't count Twitter threads. Leagues don't hand out trophies for excuses. And viewership doesn't spike just because a fan base insists it should. At the end of the day, performance is what matters. Until Angel Reese proves she can rise when it counts, she won't be defined by her game, she'll be defined by the excuses that keep trailing behind it.
It's so crazy to me because I don't know if I ever seen this before. It just seemed like, even though Tana Moore's the coach, it's like they just out there playing. And it don't even matter what I can tell they probably don't even listen to him. They don't care what he said. They just going with the flow. That's what it seems like. Like players just not even locked in on a game plan or a specific role in anything. Just players just playing. How many times I'm gonna see Angel Camilla beats everybody down the floor and they don't get the
The funniest part about all this chaos is how predictable it's become. You can practically set your watch by it. Angel Reese has a rough game, and right on cue comes the excuse parade. Coach didn't do enough. Teammates weren't supportive. Refs were biased. Broadcasters were anti-Reese. The planets weren't aligned. Mercury was in retrograde. If there's a reason that doesn't involve Angel Reese herself, Sky fans will find it and sprint with it. Meanwhile, as they're busy writing defense attorney speeches, Caitlin Clark is out there doing what Caitlin Clark always does, delivering. But let's zoom in on the coaching scapegoat for a second, because this one's pure comedy. Fans act like Reese is some powerless pawn at the mercy of bad play calls, as if she's not a professional athlete with the ball in her hands and every opportunity to change the outcome. According to Sky Twitter logic, Reese is a superstar when she succeeds, but when she fails, she's just a poor victim of circumstance. It's like having your cake and eating it too, except the cake is burnt, and somehow the baker gets blamed for it.
So a lot of people are starting to notice, and honestly, I didn't until I got sent basically not a thread, but like a couple of videos of this happening, and I genuinely think that this could be, this could be not her taking things into her own hands, but this very much could be people in her ear being like, you got to get back to the way she used to be, because Caitlin Clark slimmed down a lot.
And this isn't just about blaming the coach, it's about rewriting the entire narrative of the game. Fans will dissect every substitution, every timeout, every tiny decision, just to find a way to absolve Angel Reese. Leave her in too long. That's the problem. Take her out for a breather. Also the problem. No matter what happens, it's the coach's fault. It's the sports version of heads I win, tails you lose, and when the coach scapegoat isn't enough, the blame shifts to the system itself. Suddenly, the entire roster is under fire. It's never about what Reese didn't do, it's always about what someone else failed to provide. Now compare that to Caitlin Clark's reality. She didn't step into a ready-made super team either. She walked into a franchise that needed saving, and she's been carrying it from day one. She's draining impossible shots, taking over games, and elevating role players into household names just by sharing the floor with them. And you don't see Clark's fans whining about rosters or systems. They're too busy celebrating actual wins.
I'm gonna give her some credit first. I'm gonna give her some credit. Y'all be getting sensitive. Y'all be getting super sensitive. Angel Reese, you did your thing versus the New York Liberty. Y'all got a win, but we have to keep it real. For the second straight season, Angel Reese has led the Chicago Sky to elimination with a bunch of basketball games left. Season was over before it got started.
The funniest part in all of this is that Angel Reese doesn't even need the excuses. She's a solid player. She's not a scrub, not a fraud, not some benchwarmer masquerading as a star. She's good. But the non-stop spin job actually makes her look worse. Instead of just admitting she had a bad night, her fan base insists on wrapping her in bubble wrap, like she's too fragile to handle criticism, which brings us to the inflated viewership saga, a storyline that honestly deserves its own comedy special. If you listen to Sky fans, you'd think every Angel Reese game was smashing Nielsen ratings like glass. But then you look closer, half the seats were filled with giveaways, and the attendance numbers include distributed tickets, not actual people in seats. But hey, squint hard enough and an empty chair totally looks like a diehard fan waving a foam finger, right? And the ratings game? Same deal. Sky fans will scream about record-breaking viewership, but the fine print always gives it away. Maybe it was the highest-rated game in that one-time slot, on a random cable channel, with almost no competition. Not exactly the revolution it's hyped up to be.
This is for my W people, the WNBA, the people who watch WNBA. I'm sitting here watching the FIBA Chicago game, and I'm thinking to myself, y'all fired Teaspoon for this? Y'all thought y'all was gonna do better with him? Y'all should have just kept Spoon. At least we would have seen some growth. And no disrespect, but Nurse gotta go. I'm just saying, she gotta go. I digress. I'm wishing Angel well. I want her to get better so she can come back and be that Chicago Barbie. Anywho, if you are interested in the W, let me know your thoughts in the comments because I would love to hear your thoughts. I've been watching. I've been trying to support. I am a Chicago fan because of Angel and Camilla. That's why I follow them. Those are my girls. I followed them since they came out of college.
Or maybe those records were just compared to games from a decade ago, back when coverage was practically non-existent. You know it's bad when the stat you're bragging about sounds more like a trivia card than a headline. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark doesn't need smoke and mirrors. Her numbers speak for themselves. ESPN doesn't move games to bigger arenas for fun, they do it because demand for Clark is off the charts. Ticket resales for her games are spiking. Broadcasts with her are outdrawing the rest of the league combined. It's measurable, tangible, undeniable. No squinting required, but instead of acknowledging reality, Reese's defenders retreat into a parallel universe where numbers mean whatever they want them to mean. And when those fake stats collapse under even a little scrutiny, they flip the script to bias. Suddenly, it's not about performance or ratings, it's about unfair treatment. The refs are biased. The media is biased. The broadcasters are biased. Apparently, the entire basketball world has conspired to make Angel Reese look bad, which is hilarious, because last time I checked, nobody forced her to choke in crunch time. Nobody told her to miss shots or fumble possessions. That part was all on her.
Like, if you look at Caitlin Clark's legs, like, they are as slim as they have been since her rookie year. Which, unpopular opinion, I'm happy about. Because, you know, rookie Caitlin Clark was just going meep and just running by people. But, like, she's there doing workouts with the team. She's doing shooting workouts. Look, she's coming back. But she does not look nearly as bulky. And I think a lot of people have been pointing out a lot of things where they're like side by side when she's been like sitting down. It's really noticeable with her arms. it seems like she's lost quite a decent chunk of the bulk that she put on in the off-season.
Fans keep the blame carousel spinning. One day it's the coach. The next it's the refs. The day after that it's Clark stealing too much attention. Round and round it goes. But the irony is, all that noise doesn't protect Reese, it makes her look weaker. If she's really the star her fans claim she is, she shouldn't need excuses, fake numbers, or conspiracy theories to justify her place. Her game should do the talking. Clark's game, on the other hand, isn't just talking, it's shouting from the rooftops. Every deep three, every sold-out arena, every rating spike with her name attached, it all adds up to something real, measurable, undeniable. That's the problem for Reese. It's like running a race with ankle weights while the other runner has rocket boosters. One looks like the future. The other looks like they're just trying not to trip, and at the end of the day, the scoreboard doesn't lie. The numbers don't lie. The highlight reels don't lie. Dress it up however you want, the reality is simple, Caitlin Clark is dominating. Angel Reese is struggling to keep up.